Hi guys, how's it going? It's Anna, your dating coach speaking, coming to you. Really happy in the middle of a lockdown, but I decided to create a video to show my men that they are good boyfriend material, good partnership material, good husband material, and in all efforts, just the best version of themselves. Because I've got to hand it to you guys. I've had a lot of DMs talking about what women like and how to be a little better and how to search for a high quality woman and what all that means. But first you have to recognize that you've got these qualities in yourself. So I put them down to a blog and decided to put them in a video for you. This is how it goes. They're going to be signs, not numbered. But one of the first signs that you can actually imagine is that you take great care of yourself. You've put a lot into your appearance, into your grooming, your presentation. You can be out there with your beer buddies, and you can also be outside doing work. You can be in a suit. You can try to look as sharp as possible. This shows much attention to detail to your appearance, that you want to feel good about yourself and the fact that you're going up to something, which goes into a second thing. You've always got short-term and long-term goals. Even if you don't really know what they are, you know that you've got a little vague idea of what they are. And you always use your short-term goals to tell you what you could do in the long term. And then going into the next bit, which is you always express yourself. You tell people around you what you're into. You tell them what the go is with you, where you're going and where you're headed. This is a great sign that you are partnership material, because when you communicate, you announce that you trust the world and you trust them with knowing your desires, and you also know what your desires are. So this is all a very good thing. And the next bit is you are intrigued by the world. You are intrigued by the girl world. You are intrigued by everything that may not be like manly to understand, to appreciate. You're not always into the mechanics. You want to know way more about the world. You want to talk life. You want to talk spirituality. You want to talk chemistry, science. You want to talk what's happening in the world and events and all the rest. That's a great sign, because it means that you are not just in your own little world. You are interested to be an even person among all the disciplines, and you're always willing to learn more. Next bit is that you might be the first person that you know to always help a person in need. They may be near you, you might know them in your network. They might need something that you know that you're capable of helping, so you're always offering to help out a person in need. And this is a great trait, because people look for those who are always willing to serve and appreciate people in their own community, because at the end of the day, you know that you're only as good as the other person. You know that at the end of the day, you want people to feel okay around you, and you want to be helpful, you want to serve, and that's a big part of masculinity, to be able to protect and serve your community, a girl that you're looking at, a crush, a partner, wherever you are going. And the next bit is that manners. You know what role your social media plays in your life, and you know what role your phone is in your life. You know how to kind of handle conflict in a way, or you're looking for information constantly on how to be a bit better with the next time you talk to someone, or you didn't have a great experience but you wanted to communicate better. Conflict management. And that is how you know that you can deal with things. You can deal with things on a really awesome basis. You can actually get out there and go, no, I'm going to put this phone down on the table. I'm going to give you my full attention. That is extremely, extremely attractive. And it tells the other person that, you know, you're important to them, they're important to you, and this is what you're going to give them their undivided attention. And the other thing is that you are okay sometimes with not being okay. You don't put yourself into a lot of pressure on understanding things like right on the spot. A lot of men are usually questioning the bejesus out of where they are and where they're going, and how the last experience that they had was going forward. And they also put a lot of pressure on themselves to get things right. And at times you realize that you're only human, you're capable of only so many things, and the most important thing is not just to get something done, like a task or work thing done, like create a table, do a good job at work, open something up with your buddies, whatever it is. You're not putting a lot of pressure on yourself to get everything 100% right. You have the 80-20 rule, the 70-30 rule, the whatever it is that applies. You take the pressure off yourself to get everything right at that stage in time, which is a big deal. It communicates that you understand your limits, you can communicate better, especially if you can communicate that. That is a very attractive trait for a lot of women, for a high quality woman, for the community actually, because they know that you understand you're only human, you're not pushing yourself to the very limit, you're actually being in your healthy masculine, which is very attractive. You enjoy developing your hobbies and you like to travel a couple of times a year. That goes into the other bit that I said about being intrigued by the world, and you are open to discovering things, which is extremely attractive to people of high quality, high caliber that are in the network, because it tells them that you are ready for so much more learning, so much more experience, and you're also capable of looking after yourself. Self-sufficiency is a big deal. Independence and knowing what you like, what you're into, communicating that, very attractive, because it tells people that you are your own person. Which goes into the next bit. You are expressing your gratitude for everything that is working in your life, no matter what it is, no matter if your basement gets flooded, if someone doesn't come up to dinner, if a friend might backstab you the next day, whatever it is. You still realize that you've still got a lot going on and you're very appreciative of that, and you communicate gratitude. And the next bit is probably the most important. You know what you want. Out of all the experiences that you have, you realize that you can go from A to B and actually be okay with things and take it all in as a learning experience, which is very attractive for the self-sufficient man who's developing himself on his journey to becoming the man that can look after not just himself and his girl, but also a community and communicate everything that he needs. And then probably one of the most complex things that you might get is you understand that a lot of issues and people and situations can be complex, and you just recognize that. You might not do anything about it, you might not stew over it, but you'll just go, yeah, that was complicated, that was ridiculous. You'll recognize that. A lot of the time, you might be talking to people out there and you'll realize that actually there's, like I said, there's a limit to things, there's a limit to certain situations and people's abilities and all the rest. You don't put so much pressure on that, and that actually comes into that bucket. You realize that there is only so much you can do, and you just recognize things, and that's super important, because the minute you recognize something, doesn't matter if you can do something about it or not, it tells a person you are aware of something and you are willing to go forward with that, whatever it is. Could be a catastrophe, like I've mentioned before, could be something silly that someone did the other day which impacted on a lot of people or had a huge consequence. Either way, you go, yep, that was a bit insane. And it also tells the other person that you're willing to be aware, willing to talk about things, willing to talk life, and that is extremely attractive for the long-term partnership potential, which is also a high-quality woman or crush that you're looking for. That's basically it. I guess the only last one is you also enjoy cooking, or you also enjoy certain dishes. The minute you know what you want out of life, and the minute you want certain dishes, it's also big, like the recognition thing. People get to know you through what you like, through what you want in your life, and also realize that you can actually nurture yourself, and it's part of the self-sufficiency pack that you actually not just look after yourself, not just make goals for yourself, but also you enjoy certain foods and it's really good for your body, and you realize that that's important too for your health. And that is extremely attractive as well for the average person, because if you can also cook for yourself, and if you know what you can share to your crush the next day, that person will be more willing to share time and space with you and want to get to know you as a person and also take things through. So I would be willing to say that this is all the signs of good boyfriend material, good partnership material, good future husband material. If you resonate with this, give it a like, thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and DM me if any of this stuff really resonates with you. I am available on Instagram on transiting_with_Anna. You can follow me there, check out my website as well for more training materials to make you feel amazing about yourself, and also get on that journey of getting yourself ready for that dream date, dream girl, dream partnership that you want and is on your mind. I'm so happy to be here, guys. I'll talk to you soon.